Several families in Woodward are dealing with extreme devastation after their homes were in a deadly tornado's path. NWTV was there first thing Sunday morning to cover the aftermath. We will also be visiting with several people from Northwestern about how you can help. We have all of this plus more straight ahead. Keep it here. The buzz starts right now.
From the NWTV studio on the campus of Northwestern Oklahoma State University, this is The Buzz.
Thank you for joining us today on The Buzz. I'm Chelsea Adams. The Woodward community has been struck by a deadly tornado. Channel 7 was able to accompany me on a trip to Woodward to get first-hand look at the damage. Elaine Adams lived in one of the many neighborhoods that were affected by the tornado, and we have more.
One of the Elks guys said, don't go anywhere because it's on the ground out west of here. So we all huddled up in the ladies' bathroom on the floor, and just some of them were pretty upset, but I said, let's just calm down and pray. And we just prayed that Jesus would keep us safe, and it went over the Elks.
Once the debris was cleared from the streets of the neighborhood, Elaine was finally able to see her home.
My land, I thought, Jesus, thank you for letting there not be more deaths, because it just looked like a war zone here. It really looks like a bomb hit. It's just, I mean, when I first heard there was houses destroyed, I didn't realize this many. I mean, it's just like house after house after house. Just, it does look like a war zone.
Lee and Arlene Lyon were victims of the 1947 Woodward tornado and now reside in one of the neighborhoods that were destroyed.
I was in a car stranded on 8th and Webster, and my mother had gone to the theater to pick up my brother and my sister. I hadn't gone with them because my mom was scared, so I was scared. So I stayed home with her, but we went to pick them up, and as we was coming back across the tracks, she said, kids, I hear a train. And we got across the tracks, and there wasn't a train. It was a tornado going through.
Lee was a patient recovering from an operation at the Woodward Hospital when the tornado hit.
I woke up, I went to sleep and woke up, and there was a little baby at the foot of my bed, a man and a woman on the next bed to me, and 2 kids underneath that bed, and then this kid on the bed across the room from me and a kid underneath there. And when they took me out, they had people on that porch. You had a wraparound porch all the way on the west side of it, cleared around the north side. That was full of people. The lobby was full of people, and the yard was completely covered with people.
The Lyons' home had no serious damage. However, their neighbors 2 doors down were not as lucky.
And then this, we survived the hail the other day, and when this came on, it was just weird. It's bad.
Michaela Wynn was heading to their senior after prom event when she received a phone call from her mother to go home and take shelter just moments before the tornado hit their neighborhood.
I literally got out of the car and was just shaking, and I could hear it and feel it, and it was roaring. It was so loud. And we got in, and we just fell down the stairs and got in our cement room, and we could just hear it and feel it, and you know, we didn't know what to do. We didn't have any cell phone service. The radio was out. There weren't any sirens. We didn't even know it was coming until 5 minutes before I got home. And I'm just thankful, you know. We were lucky. We were one of the lucky ones.
After touring the destructed areas, Governor Mary Fallin declared a state of emergency Sunday for Woodward County.
I really think that it is going to be an eye-opener for Woodward, and, you know, it's totally different when it's your town. And, you know, I think that seeing the support that Woodward has shown to each other, to people they don't even know, you know, I think it's going to bring us closer than we've ever had to be before.
Woodward Mayor Roscoe Hill said the tornado sirens did not sound. There was a malfunction due to lightning striking the system just minutes before the tornado hit the town. Sadly enough, even though there were many families who survived the tornado, there were a total of 6 deaths. Joining me now is a volunteer from Northwestern. She is an associate professor of theater, Kimberly Wiest. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
First of all, I'm aware that you showed up Sunday morning to help with the damages. Just explain what all you were involved in on Sunday whenever you showed up.
Well, Amanda Schroeder, Ashton Gamey, and I went over Sunday morning, and we initially went first to the Red Cross to tell them we were there to volunteer. We ended up filling out a whole bunch of paperwork. There were lots of people coming in and a whole lot of phone calls, and so they were kind of in a waiting stage until the places that had been destroyed were being assessed before they could send out volunteers. While we were sitting there, a lady and her daughter came in. They were from Edmond, and their family members had been hurt in the destruction and had been put in the hospital. They actually were outside of town, and so they didn't have to wait on the city officials to allow anybody in, and so we went and helped them and were able to actually go inside the house and helped pack up china and valuables. We went through and cleaned out refrigerators because there was no electricity, and that's, you know, to save the refrigerator you needed to clean it out, and just helped in that way, moving furniture toward the middle of rooms, just helping in whatever way we could with her. And then about that time there's some volunteers from the community who came in with backhoes and some other rigs and started cutting lumber and moving it to the road, and other people showed up with lumber to cover up windows. It was really a neat experience to see their firsthand community members coming to their aid.
Great. So besides that one home that you spoke of, was there any other parts of Woodward that you were able to see the destruction of the tornado or the neighborhoods affected by that?
We drove by, but those roads were still closed off and they wouldn't let us in. But it was definitely, you could see some mangled cars, some buildings. You know, always the trees are gone without any leaves, which is so strange. But we weren't able to go actually into the area.
So I understand that Woodward is not the only town that you've helped with disaster relief. Explain a little bit about that for me.
Last summer when the Joplin tornado happened, I was actually in Washington, D.C. and saw all the recovery starting. And I said to my folks, I was with them on vacation, when I get back I'm going to Joplin. And again, I took Amanda and Jesse Schroeder with me, and I ended up spending a week and a half up there working with Samaritan's Purse, which is another relief organization, which was quite an experience. Of course, we got there a week and a half after the destruction and ended up doing mostly debris removal from homes.
So with both of those experiences, was there any difference from Woodward to Joplin that you could recognize?
Joplin was just massive. I mean, Joplin was like 300 homes and, 18 to 20 businesses, or if not more. So definitely the destruction's just as bad. People lost their lives as well as their belongings and memorabilia, but Joplin was just really, really huge.
Well, I thank you so much for your time and especially for reaching out to the Woodward community. We also have another individual in the studio talking about what all the community can do to help. We'll turn it over to Shailene Jones. Shailene?
Thanks, Chelsea. Today we are speaking with Ashton Gamey. She is Northwestern Service Learning Coordinator, and she has been asked to help coordinate relief efforts involving Woodward and the Woodward campus about the recent tornadoes and the effect it had on the community. So, Ms. Gamey, can you just tell us a little bit about what you do and what your job entitles?
Okay, well, here at Northwestern as the Service Learning Coordinator, I help faculty and organization sponsors incorporate service learning into their current courses or their philanthropy plans, and then they track the data, and then I collect it, and then we use it for accreditation purposes, and then also submit it to national surveys. So that kind of stuff.
Awesome. Well, what have you planned on helping the Woodward community out? What are some ideas that you guys thrown together and need the Northwestern campus to help you guys out with?
Absolutely. Okay, so basically what we kind of have going on is it's a very tentative plan. Dates are up in the air. It's been kind of thrown together, but basically I really wanted to do this interview so everyone kind of just got a feel for what we are wanting and what we're needing. First off, I'll say thank you so much. My inbox, my voicemail has been loaded down with messages from everybody, people wanting to donate, everything from clothing to furniture and things like that, and we appreciate it so much. Right now it's still just in the planning phase is what we're going to do. I have 3 separate things. We are planning on taking a group of students, faculty, staff, anybody that wants to go. At the end of today, maybe by tomorrow morning, there's going to be a registration form on the Northwestern website. There will be a Ranger Relief link on the front page, and you're going to need to fill out registration forms through Northwestern, then the volunteer form from the Red Cross, and then once we collect those and we get the approval, we will be going and taking a group over. Tentative dates is next Thursday and next Saturday. It's not official yet,
Okay.
but every update, every announcement will be sent through mass emails. If you're wanting to donate money, we need to go directly through the American Red Cross. That's what we have decided as a Northwestern, and we're also thinking about doing a donation drop-off day, so everybody can bring clothing, non-perishable food items,
Okay.
and personal hygiene products, and we'll just collect it from each campus and take it over all at once. But
Definitely let us know when you figure out those dates,
Absolutely,
because
yeah.
I know there's some students who would enjoy coming to Woodward and helping, but they just don't have the time to really
Right.
go do that, but still want to help.
Absolutely.
So whenever you figure out those dates, that'd be perfect. And then where we place the drop box, so we can bring food and clothes.
yeah, I think the place, date, time, all that's still tentative.
Okay.
Just keep checking your emails. That's where it'll be.
Okay. Well, do you need anything from the students that we could help you with? Is there any more organizations that we could form, go around and tell people about?
As far as right now, we're kind of in a standstill. Tomorrow is starting tomorrow and Thursday, I am setting up kind of a command center on the Woodward campus in the Commons area. We're going to be offering a place for you to fill out contact cards for counseling services for anybody who feels like they need to just talk to someone, need a hug or anything. Then we're also going to be, there are going to be registration forms there, things so we can go ahead and start getting a list of volunteers together.
Okay.
It's going to be moving really quickly. I know everybody's getting ready for finals and things like that, and
Yeah.
so we want to go next week, but like I said, just keep checking your email.
Now, unfortunately, we come to you when disasters occur and we want to help, but what do you do on your days off when everything has been going fine? What do you do normally?
I mean, basically, like I said earlier, just trying to incorporate service learning into courses. Of course, service learning is a little bit of volunteering, but the difference is that the student gets something in return that kind of deals with what their degree is and things like that. They
Okay.
learn from it. And anyway, so that's kind of basically what I do day to day.
Okay, well, that's wonderful that we're planning all this, and anyone from Northwestern who wants to help, you just need to contact Ms. Gamey. You can reach her at 327-8134, and she'll get you all that information. Back to you, Chelsea.
Thanks, Shay. I'll repeat that number one more time in case you missed it. That number is 327-8134. On a lighter note, there have been many activities on the Northwestern campus. The Festival of Cultures was showcased last week, and reporter Gabriela Hernandez has more.
Thanks, Chelsea. There is a total of 38 international students representing 13 countries in the Ranger Ballroom Tuesday night for the Festival of Cultures. Not only were there performances for each country, but food from the country was also provided. International Student Advisor Julie Barraza sat down with me as she shared that she believes that this year has been the best year for attendance. Angel Sarisa, president of the International Student Organization, or the ISO, also sat down with me and shared how the dinner went.
It was good. The number of people were overwhelming. We expected somewhere around 60, 70, but we had more people. So we're happy to have all these people.
Many of the international students love to share the way their culture is.
Compared to last year, this year was we had a variety of programs. Food was like last year's. We didn't have any problem in preparing food or organizing this stuff. We have involvement from every student. So, but the changes that we got this year was in the performances. We have a number of dances, and I hope in next year too we'll have more variety of performances. I would like to meet international students from other our campuses like Unit and Woodward too. So I hope next year or coming international programs we will get to meet them as well.
What is your favorite part of the Festival of Cultures?
Dance, because I like dancing and I like watching the dances. So I like the performances.
The members of the ISO are already planning for next year and can't wait. I'm Gabriela Hernandez. Back to you, Chelsea.
Thanks, Gabriella. I can't wait for next year either. A new group of students were recently inducted into the Red and Black Scroll Society. We have the story coming up. Also, craving a home-cooked meal lately? Our very own Janelle Mitchell takes you step-by-step in making lasagna in this week's Cooking 101. Keep it here. The Buzz will be right back.
Oops, yeah, sure. Let's go. Moms everywhere are finding ways to keep kids active and healthy. Works every time. Get ideas, get involved, get going at letsmove.gov.
It's a new day all over. It's a new day. It's a new day, so alive. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And it's what we make. It's a new day today.
This past Thursday night at 7, a few students of Northwestern were inducted in the Red and Black Honor Scroll Society. Channel 7 Josh Stevens went to find out a little bit more. Josh?
Thanks, Chelsea. Last Thursday, members were formally inducted in a ceremony where their name was called and they walked to the front of the classroom to receive a certificate. After the ceremony, officers were selected. President Jake Streck, Vice President Drew Fisher, Secretary-Treasurer Carmen Sander, and reporter-historian Drew Cunningham. Today I was able to speak with the Red and Black Scroll sponsors, Dr. Brittenall and Dina Walker.
I think it's one of the great traditions at Northwestern.
The requirements to be in Red and Black Scroll Honor Society are a 3.0 grade point average, have between 31 and 59 hours completed, and be involved in 2 or more campus organizations, along with having not received an F in any course on your transcript.
It was started to honor outstanding sophomores, both academically and in service to Northwestern.
I served the Red and Black Scroll Honor Society in 2001 as the president and a member that year. And I think it's exciting to be able to come back and be a sponsor now and to hopefully show the students that were inducted this year that success can occur through being students at Northwestern and being exemplary students in the classroom and doing service in and outside the community.
That'll do it here for me. Back to you at the desk.
Thanks, Josh. For more information on who was inducted, check rangerpulse.com for a complete list. Each week, NWTV's Janelle Mitchell prepares a delicious meal in Cooking 101. This week, Janelle is going Italian and cooking lasagna.
Hello and welcome to Cooking 101. I'm Janelle Mitchell. Today we're going to be making easy 4-cheese lasagna. The ingredients for easy 4-cheese lasagna are 16 ounces uncooked lasagna noodles, 1 26-ounce can of spaghetti sauce, 1 pound cottage cheese, 8 ounces of shredded mozzarella cheese, 8 ounces of shredded cheddar cheese, and 1 cup grated Parmesan cheese. The first thing you need to do is get a big pot of water, fill it about halfway full, put it on the burner, and then you can put salt in it to make it hotter. You're going to need to preheat your oven to 375. Okay, so now that our water is boiling, we're going to take a 16-ounce package of lasagna noodles, uncooked, and you're going to put them in your water. You just take them out and you set them in the water like this. It'll only take the noodles about 8 to 10 minutes for them to be cooked, so just keep an eye on them. This makes a very authentic tasting lasagna, which is rich, cheesy, and very filling. Okay, so our noodles are now done, so we're going to take them over to the sink and we're going to drain the water off. The noodles might be really hot, so make sure that you have a hot pad on hand. Take them over to your drainer and just drain off all the water. Okay, so since you have to get your noodles and lay them out so that they're straight, so you can put them in your pan, just let them cool off for a second, and then you can take another pan, throw them on there, and kind of stretch them out a little bit once they're cooled down. Okay, so the next thing you're going to do is you're going to add your tomato sauce and some cottage cheese if you want to. I added this into a blender, and you're going to blend it up until they're smooth. So we're going to open up our tomato sauce, and then you just pour it into the blender. Then you're going to open up your cottage cheese. And then you're going to pour it into the blender as well. Okay, so right now we are stirring this up just to get the cottage cheese around to the bottom so that it can mix it up in the blender. And that's about the right consistency that we want. Now that your mixture is ready, you're going to take it over and put it down in the bottom of your pan. As we're putting a little bit of our mixture just down into the bottom of our pan so we can lay our noodles on top of it. Okay, so right now we're going to make our cheese mixture, which is just mixing all our cheeses together. So we have a cup of Parmesan cheese and then 8 ounces of our mozzarella cheese. Pour all of it in the bowl. And then 8 ounces of cheddar cheese. So then now what you're going to do with this is you're going to layer it in between the layers of the pasta. Alright, so now we're ready to start layering our lasagna. So you're going to take your noodles and you're just going to lay them down on top of the sauce that you already have in your pan. Okay, so your final layer will be a layer of cheese. And now it's time to put our 3 cheese lasagna into the oven for 30 to 45 minutes. And that's how you make easy 4 cheese lasagna. I got this recipe from my mom and it's super easy and I know that you're going to enjoy it. So check us out next week for more recipes. So that's it here for me at Cooking 101. I'll see you next week.
Thanks, Janelle, looks great. If you would like to see any of your excuse me, I gotta start that over. If you would like to see any of your quick recipes, okay. Thank you. All right. Thanks, Janelle, looks great. If you would like to see any of our quick recipes on our show, find NWTV on Facebook and send us a request. School is coming to an end and there are tons of things going on in these last few weeks. Up next, we'll let you in on what's coming up. Keep it here.
College is hard. Down. Those books are heavy. My sport is football, but my passion is education. Right up here. So every year I take promising high schoolers on a college tour lights there, darts there, to show them that higher education means a brighter future. My name is Nnamdi Asamoah. I don't just wear the shirt, I live it.
Find out how you can live United for education. Give, advocate, volunteer. Go to liveunited.org.
Do you wear this?
Did you know that getting up and getting active for just 60 minutes a day is all it takes to help you get stronger, look better, and feel great?
Or that fresh fruits and veggies aren't just healthier and crunchier, they can taste better too?
Eating better and getting more active is easier than you think.
Yeah! Keep watching for some fun and easy ways to discover the magic of healthy living in your life.
America.
Let's get healthy together!
The average text takes your eyes off the road for nearly 5 seconds.
It's a new day all over. It's a new day. It's a new day, so alive. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And it's what we make. It's a new day today.
Taking a look at upcoming events for this week, on Wednesday is the 9th Annual Art Show, and it continues for the rest of this week. Thursday is Bahama Breakaway starting at 1 and ending at 4:30 on the square here in town. And also the theater is, the theater department that is hosting the Hiding Place production 7:30 on Friday and Thursday in Harrod Hall. And also Friday is the last day to withdraw from classes and enroll for the fall semester. Saturday, the Ranger baseball games will start at 1 o'clock at Meyer Stadium, and also the Hiding Place will be broadcasted at 2 o'clock in Harrod Hall. So that's all we have for you on this week's show. Join us next week on The Buzz.